Nano Team Channel. Ang episode ng ating vlog ngayon ay ang ating Week 1 and Week 2 lessons sa Earth and Life Sciences. Pero bago yon, gusto ko muna kayong i-review sa weekly home learning plan na natanggap ninyo. Ang mga bahagi nito at ano dapat ang gagawin ninyo. Ang lesson sa Week 2, Quarter 2 ng Life Science ay Unifying Themes of Study of Life or Biology. After going through this module, you are expected to number 1, name the unifying themes in the study of life. Number 2, describe the unifying themes illustrated. Number 3, explain the connection among living things and their interaction with the environment. Number 4, give details on how this theme serves as the foundation and the study of biology. And number 5, value life by taking good care of all beings, human, plants, and animals. Sa What I Know, bibigyan ko kayo ng pagkakataon na sagutan ang 1 to 15 multiple type of tests. Answers only sa isang scratch paper. Maaari din sa inyong sa inyong isip at tingnan ng sagot sa gilid ng inyong answer or ng inyong answer key. Matapos ninyong sagutan ang What I Know or What You Know na pinakang pre-test sa ating module, maaari ba kayo? Mataas ba ang inyong nakuhang score? Huwag mag-alala sapagkat ito ay pinakang pagsusulit para malaman ninyo na kailangan pa ninyong pag-aralan ang module na ito. Iwasan muna ang pagre-research at pagtatanong sa mga kasambahay tungkol dito. Matapos ninyo itong sagutan, dumako na tayo sa susunod na bahagi. Ano ba ang inyong idea sa unifying themes in the study of life? Maaari ninyong basahin ang mga sumusunod na paragraphs para malaman ninyo ang overview ng ating lesson. This module emphasizes these unifying themes that serve as the basis of the study of life science. The 10 unifying themes includes the following. We will discuss it one by one later on, so please stand by. Unahin muna natin ang what's in. So alam nating lahat na ang biology ay isang discipline or branch of science that deals with the study of life. Maraming uri ng biology. Pwede ninyong i-research kay Google. Kung wala naman kayo nito, walang problema. Ito ay matututunan din ninyo sa pamamagitan ng module na ito. May dalawang example na ibinigay dito, biochemistry and ecology. Napakalawak ng biology or ng science. Kaya naman, ang mga biologists ay nag-design ng term na unifying themes which serve as the basis for the study of life. Maaari nyo bang sagutan ang Activity 1? Decode the given numbers to find corresponding letters of the alphabet. Then arrange the letters to reveal the magic word related to biology. Lastly, describe the term revealed. So, kagaya ng pinagawa ko sa inyo noong una or noong quarter 1 sa decoding, ganun din ang gagawin nyo dito. So, ang mga letters, alphabet, ay lalagyan ninyo ng numbers. So, ang A ay number 1 hanggang makarating ka sa letter Z. So, ibig sabihin, ang number 3 sa number 1 na tanong ay A, B, C. So, letter C siya. So, ang number 5 ay A, B, C, D, E. So, letter E siya. So, yun ay clue ko sa inyo. So, napaka-challenging nito. So, challenge ang inyong patience. So, matapos sagutan ito, tingnan ang mga tamang sagot sa answer key. Dumako naman tayo sa what's new. Name it, activity. Name the unifying theme illustrated below. Choose your answer from words inside the box. So ngayon, halos wala pa kayong idea kung ano ang unifying theme. Medyo lutang pa kayo sa mga concepts. Pero subukan natin na sagutan ang mga sumusunod. Kasi sa mga drawing o illustration ay alamin natin kung kanino related ang mga salitang ito. Kung tapos na kayo, dumako naman tayo sa match it. Sa match it, para itong matching type kung saan you will match the given statements to each corresponding unifying themes. So, siguro nagkakaroon na kayo ng mga idea kung ano ang unifying themes na meron ang biology. Kung kayo naman ay nahihirapan, huwag malungkot. Pwede ninyong i-skip yan kung natutorture kayo at dadako na tayo sa what is it. The unifying themes or the what it is the discussion about the unifying themes because this is our lesson for today or for this week. So, the unifying theme connects the different sub-disciplines that make biology as a science. In addition to the living organism differ from non-living organisms in various aspects. What are these shared properties of living organism that make something alive? First, all levels of life have systems of related parts. Basahin nyo ng tahimik. Mayroon na ba kayong idea? Tama. Ang ating katawan o ang katawan ng hayop o katawan ng halaman ay may system. Pag sinabi mong system, ito ay organized group of interacting parts. Noong elementary kayo hanggang junior high school, pinag-aaralan nyo ang different system of our body. I-recall nga ninyo, yes, digestive system, respiratory system, circulatory system, nervous system, skeletal, muscular system. So, lahat yan ay system. They are organized group of interacting parts. Sa digestive system, meron tayong mouth, esophagus, stomach, large and small intestine. So, lahat yan ay parts interacting to one another. They are organized and become digestive system. All levels of life has system of related parts. Of course, A cell is a system of chemicals and processes. It is the basic unit of life. So, cell also is a system. Meron siyang parts. Meron siyang nucleus at iba-iba pang parts. Siya ay isang organized group that interacting its parts. A body system includes organs that interact. An ecosystem includes living and non-living things that interact. Mabubuhay ba ang biotic or living organism without abiotic? Parang mahirap yata, sapagkat ang abiotic ay, ang example nito ay water, temperature. Mabubuhay ba tayong walang water at temperature? So that is living and non-living things. Another theme. Structure and function are related in biology. Structure determines function. The structure is the shape of the object. The function is the object's specific rule. So structure and function are related in biology. Different systems in our body have different structure and different function. The structure of an animal have different function. The structure of plants have different function. So structure and function are related in biology. Another, organisms must maintain homeostasis to survive in diverse environments. Ano ba ang homeostasis? It is the maintenance of constant internal conditions. We survive because of this. Like for example, kapag lamig ang panahon, kagaya ngayon, ang hinahanap ng ating katawan ay mainit na sabaw. Masarap humigop ng mainit na kape. To maintain the constant internal conditions of our body. Nagsusuot tayo ng sweater, gumagamit tayo ng heater pag paliligo. All living organisms must live in a stable environment in order to survive. Next, evolution explains the unity and diversity of life. Evolution is the change in living things over time. The genetic makeup of a population of a species changes based on its environment. Like for example, class, ang mga hayop at halaman na nabuhay sa mga naunang panahon or naunang era or epoch ay hindi na ngayon nag-i-exist karamihan sapagkat iba na ngayon ang ating climate and weather condition. Marami na ring pagbabago na nangyari sa mundo, kaya nag-evolve na ang kanilang mga species. Maaring nag-evolve at maaring nag-extinct. It accounts for both and diversity and the unity of life. Yes, it accounts for both diversity and unity of life. Diversity means differentiation, different species, in different kinds. Next, traits are being inherited and transferred. Of course, the continuity of life depends on the inheritance of biological information in the form of DNA molecules. So the continuity of life is very important in different species. Like us, human being, our traits are being inherited and transferred to our siblings, to our offsprings. The genetic information is encoded in the nucleotide sequences of the DNA inside our cell, inside the nucleus of our cell. Meaning, merong DNA or mayroong traits na nasa DNA or characteristic ko na pwedeng nasa DNA din ng anak ko. So, therefore, my traits are being inherited and transferred. Organism reproduce. Yes, It is necessary part of living, process of making more one's own kind. O, diba, may reproduction kahit sa mga halaman, ay may nangyayaring reproduction through pollination and different ways. Okay? Organisms are interdependent with one another. Of course, kaya nga nag-i-exist ang food chain at food web because we are interdependent to one another. Organisms have evolved to live and interact with other organisms. Kaya nga meron tayong mga abiotic and biotic relationship wherein may mutualism, merong predation, merong parasitism, and many more. Ecosystem deals with the interaction of living organisms with one another in their environment. Of course. Next is organism acquired and process energy. Living organisms use a source of energy for their metabolic activities. Like for example, yung plants, it manufacture its own food. And then, pag siya ang ating producer, basically, producer is the plants. Pag kinain siya, eaten by a chick, or the chick will grow. So, its metabolic process or metabolic activities makes the chick grow and become a big chick. So, magiging na siyang fried chicken. And then, it will be eaten. No? Bago pa siya makain ng tao, magsusurvive siya sa kanyang surroundings. At kung siya ay makakasurvive sa lawin, uwak na dadagit sa kanya, o sa ahas na kakain sa kanya, the energy is being transferred. Diba? Some living organisms capture the light energy and convert it into chemical energy and food. As I have said, the good example here is the plants. Some living organisms are chemical energy stored in molecules obtained from food. Some living organisms use chemical energy stored in molecules obtained their food. So, ini-store lang nila yung molecules obtained from food and then later on, it will be used. Kaya may mga hayop na even na nag-i-stay sila sa North Pole, yung mga polar bear, nananatili silang buhay. Because in times na sila ay kumakain, ini-stored lang nila ang molecules of energy sa kanilang katawan and unti-unti nilang binoburn iyon while the weather is so bad or nandyan yung tinatawag nating taglamig. So, hindi sila nagkakakain nun kasi malamig ang panahon, so walang pagkain available sa paligid. Then, in addition to the properties mentioned, the two additional unifying themes in the study of life include the scientific inquiry, which is the process of science, includes observation-based discovery, and the testing of explanation through the hypothetic deductive. So, ang scientific inquiry ay observation-based discovery, testing, and then testing of hypothetic deductive. So, what does it mean? So, scientific inquiry includes or it is the what we call scientific method of learning. Wherein tayo as mga nag-aaral ng science, basically, based tayo sa observation. That's why we discover and invent. And then, that observation will be test. Tinitest natin yan. At ang testing ay, ang tawag natin ay experiment. And then, after the experimentation, mapuprove natin ang ating guess or scientific guess. That is what we call hypothesis. And then, after testing, after proving the hypothesis, we now conclude. And scientific credibility depends on the repeatability of observation and experiments. Kailangan always nare-repeat yung ating experiments, trials. The more na maraming trials, the more na maraming repetition, doon nai-strengthen ang isang principles or isang concepts or isang law o isang isang scientific inquiries sa science. So, it becomes credible if it is repeated, it is undergo trials, and yung result, laging yun ang result. So, it make the concept strengthen. Then, science, technology, and society. Many technologies are goal-oriented application of science. Actually, technology is the application of science. Kapag ini-apply natin ang isang law or principles or concept sa science na tested na, hindi na siya theory, siya ay talagang concept na sa science, pag siya ay ini-apply natin, ang tawag doon ay technology. The relationship of science and technology to society are now more crucial to understand than ever before. Yes. So, noon kasi, simple lang ang buhay, hindi mapagmataas ng pag-iisip ang mga tao, kay kumpara ngayon. Ang ngayon kasi, ang daming nadidiscover, ang daming naiisip ng tao, kasi marami ding demand at marami ding needs ang tao. Yung iba, wants na. Gusto na lang gawin ay wants, kaya tuloy napapasama ang mga discoveries nila. Okay, like for example, mga naririnig natin sa balita, 'di ba? So, pagmamalabis, kaya nagiging crucial na. So, noon simple lang, ngayon complex na. Masyado nang madunong ang mga tao. So, those are the unifying themes, no? Of biology, no? That's why biology is study of life, because of the themes that considered by the biologist. Okay? So, the unifying themes connects the different subdisciplines that make biology as a science. So, the living organism differ from non-living organism in various aspects. But those non-living organism make something or make us living organism alive. So that's the nutrients, or that's the lesson of unifying themes of biology. So in this activity, activity 4, what a beautiful life. So since na alam na natin ang mga themes ng biology, given the characteristic of life in the first column, you're going to answer the related question posted in the second column. It doesn't mean na sasagutan mo siya, yung question, but you have to relate it to the first column, to the characteristic of life. Relate, answer the related, di ba? You have to relate this question to this, to the column A. Column B will be related to column B and vice versa. So you have to answer this, even though that na mayroon siyang answer key, you have to try, and then what's more, you have to connect me. Show the connections of the given biotic and abiotic factors written inside the box through a concept map. So you have to answer this in the answer sheet that I gave you last week. So what's more, the activity 5, connect me, on page 11. So what are you going to do? So you have to connect. So you have to show the connection of the given biotic and abiotic factors written inside the box through a concept map. Connect lang mga dear. So biotic, mga living things. Abiotic is non-living things. You have to make your own based on your learnings. And then, in activity 6, what's the connection? On page 11 to 12, ibibigay din ninyo sa akin ang sagot dyan. So, basa-basa muna ng direction. And then, you're going to describe each unifying themes illustrated below. Give details on how these themes serve as the foundation of the study of biology. So, yung growth and development and continuity of life, you have to go back. Kayong marunong dyan. And you have to always consult Google. You have to go back on the unifying themes. And then, tingnan nyo dun, yung may relation dun sa babae at lalaki. Tapos, meron silang baby. Meron silang egg cell. So, saan ba yun papasok? O, you have to choose. And then, after choosing the unifying, you have to elaborate it. So, you have to copy it is necessary part of living, process of making more one's own kind. O, diba? So, you don't need to have internet connection while making answer, while doing the activity. So, you have to go back to the module because the module independently answer the activity. So, yan. O, yan. And then, the next one is may batang namimingwit. So, organization of life and acquire or process energy. So, how this is related? So, you're going back again there and choose the unifying theme and then explain briefly. Do not get answer from your group chat or you have to go to Google and make some spending money. Kaya si mother nagagalit na, hingi ng pang-load. Yan. And then, yung si kuya, nananalbos yata, ay, nangunguha ng gulay pala. So, okay. Nakalagay dito sa weekly home learning plan ninyo, pwede kayong sumagot sa Pilipino gamit ang drawing sa pahina 12. Ipaliwanag ang interconnection. Ang interconnection o kaugnayan ng mga living things sa kanyang kapaligiran, tao at halaman. So, yun lang. Yun papaliwanag nyo si kuya. Ano ang kanyang ginagawa doon? You have to use your own illustration or just explain briefly the interconnection of living things and the environment and state how human being may value life. So, kung mapapansin ninyo, walang sagot yan sa answer key. Kasi answer may vary. And for picture out, pwede ninyo itong sagutan sa inyo ng sarili para mas mag-strengthen ang ating lesson for this week. And then, complete me, just a reflection. You can put it in your portfolio if you want. But, ang talagang hinihingi ko na ilagay nyo sa inyong portfolio ay itong what you have learned. Dahil ito ay mga concepts, understanding sa ating lesson. So, you have to write it. Ayaw ko ng rush na gawa. Ngayon ang week 2, ngayon nyo gawin. Huwag kung kailan pasahan at week 10 na, week 8, dun nyo rapo-rapong gagawin. Mainit-init pa yung gawain nyo. So, you have to write it now. Because, mayroon tayong kasabihan, when you see it, you forget. When you hear it, you remember. But, when you do it, you understand. While writing or while seeing, while reading, you hear. While writing, you do. So, mas maiintindihan ninyo ang mga concepts or learnings ninyo kapag kayo ay nagsulat. Okay? And while writing, you have to internalize the meaning of this concept na diniscuss natin kanina pa. Kung bakit ang biology ay naging branch ng science dahil yan ang mga themes, mga tema. Okay? So, what can I do? You can answer it in your own. Ang mga anak, alam nyo, kayo ay grade 12. Kailangan kayong mahasa sa comprehension, sa writing skills. Kaya nga kayo ay may mga subject na oral communication. Sa second sem, meron kayong reading and writing. Kasi nga, paglabas nyo ng paaralan ng high school, you will proceed to college. You will proceed to to your job. Some of you will go to abroad. Kailangang mahasa ang inyong mga writing skills. So, even though na hindi ko hinihingi at nire-require na kayo ay magsulat dito sa what can I do, ay di maggawa kayo. Kung wala din lang naman kayong masyadong gawa sa inyong mga bahay at kayo walang ginawa, kundi mag-ML o kayo mag-check ng inyong messenger o mag-stroll down ng inyong Facebook, you have to do it. Okay? And then the assessment, you have to answer the assessment kahit sa scratch paper again. At i-check ninyo later on kung mapapansin ninyo ang assessment ay kamukha din ng pre-test na ibinigay sa inyo at natatagpuan din diyan sa inyong module ang mga sagot pag binalikan ninyo ang inyong mga lesson. So, dapat mataas na ang score na nakukuha sa assessment, mga dear, ha? So, sagutan ng may tiyaga at isiping mabuti ang sagot. At least dapat ang inyong score dito ay 10 pataas para masasabi ninyo na ang discussion na ginawa natin ay sumiim sa inyong mga budhi. Wow! Sa inyong mga pag-iisip at kalooban. And then, eto na naman po, si additional activities, kagaya ng nabanggit ko kanina sa aking paliwanag, ito ay pwede rin ninyong sagutan, kaya ito ay inilagay ko dito. Diba? At pag tayo ay nagkaroon ng consultation, ay pwede ninyong pacheckan sa akin ng halimbawa, ay ma'am, maganda po ba yung sagot ko? At para naman, ma-inspire kayong magsagot. So, syempre, at the end of your module, matatagpuan ninyo ang inyong mga answer keys. So, masayang-masaya kayo kasi nandyan ang mga sagot. Pero pag dinaya nyo ang sarili nyo, hindi kayo matututo. Kagaya ng nabanggit ko, honesty is the best policy. Hindi bawal tingnan ang mga sagot. Magsagot muna bago tumingin. And then realize to yourself, bakit ka naging mali o bakit ka naging tama. Okay, class? So, ulitin ko. Be honest. Laging i-enjoy ang buhay bilang bata. Huwag magpaka-stress. Pagpagod na, magpahinga. Huwag magpuyat. Kumain ng mabuti. Tumulong sa magulang, may panahon sa pagmo-module, may panahon sa gawaing bahay. Huwag gawing dahilan ang module upang di makagawa sa inyong mga gawain sa bahay sapagkat ang key ay time management. Okay? So, if you like my video, you can share it to others. If you want to subscribe, please subscribe. See you in my next vlog, lesson for week 3. Paalam! Mam Oding signing off.